Don't act like it's only me, but have you ever looked around and realized that some of your team members might be sharper than you in certain areas? Faster, more specialized, maybe even better at technical parts of the job than you are? That moment it hits your pride because as a leader, part of you thinks that you're supposed to be the expert, the one who has all the answers. But here's the truth. If you're doing leadership right, eventually your team will outgrow you in some ways. This episode is about that exact shift, what to do when the people that you lead, they start excelling past you. We're going to unpack why it happens, why it's actually a good thing, and how to handle it without slipping into insecurity or control. Because the best leaders, they aren't threatened by growth, they create it. Chapter 1, the threat to your ego. I remember the first time I felt it. I had a direct report who was incredible with data analysis, 10 times faster than me. In meetings, people started turning to them for answers instead of me. And for a second, my ego kicked in. I thought, well, wait a minute, am I losing control here? That's the trap. Insecurity whispers that if your team shines too bright, that you'll get overshadowed. That's why so many leaders start micromanaging. They think if I keep control of every detail, I won't get left behind. But here's the real. When you operate out of insecurity, you choke your team's potential. You turn talent into resentment, and eventually the best people, they leave. Not because they didn't believe in your mission, but because you didn't let them grow. So the first step is admitting the hit to your ego. It's real, but you can't lead from ego. You got to shift into leading from impact. Chapter 2, redefining your role. When your team outgrows you, it's time to redefine your role. Leadership isn't about being the smartest, it's about being the multiplier. Your job shifts from having all the answers to creating the environment where answers can thrive. Think about it like this. In basketball, the coach, it isn't the fastest player on the court. They're the ones who knows how to get the best out of the players. That's what leadership becomes. Instead of competing with your team's expertise, you spotlight it. You become the connector, the strategist, the one who removes barriers so they can operate at their best. I had to learn this the hard way. Once I stopped trying to match my team's technical skill and started amplifying it, our results, they actually skyrocketed because they wasn't waiting on me to prove that I was smarter. They had the freedom to prove themselves while I guided the overall direction. Chapter 3, how to lead talent that surpasses you. So how do you practically lead when your team outpaces you in certain areas? Acknowledge their expertise publicly. Don't hoard the spotlight. When you call out someone's strength in front of others, you build loyalty instead of competition. Shift into coaching mode. Ask questions instead of giving orders. Draw out their thinking. Make them feel trusted, not managed. Delegate strategically. Give them ownership of projects that stretch them while you stay focused on removing roadblocks. Keep learning. Just because you're not the expert in their area doesn't mean you stop growing. Stay curious and ask them to teach you. Humility builds respect. I had a team member who eventually surpassed me in a technical skill that I once prided myself on. Instead of fighting it, I leaned in. I asked them to lead training sessions. That move not only boosted their confidence, but it also positioned me as a leader who developed leaders, not hoards power. Here's the message. The moment you stop competing with your team, you start multiplying their potential. Chapter 4, legacy over insecurity. The hardest but most freeing realization is this. Your success as a leader, it isn't measured by how much smarter you are than your team. It's measured by how many people you help surpass you. That's legacy. When people look back, they won't say he was the smartest guy in the room. They'll say he built a team that could run without him. He grew leaders who became leaders. That's the shift from ego to impact, from insecurity to legacy, from broke, thinking leadership is about being a hero, to boardroom, understanding leadership is about building heroes. In closing, don't act like it's only me. Every leader had that moment where their team outpaces them. The question is, will you see it as a threat or as a win? If you see it as a threat, you'll tighten your grip, you'll smother potential, and eventually you'll lose the very people who could have carried your vision further. But if you see it as a win, you'll create something bigger than yourself. You'll be remembered not for hoarding power, but for multiplying it. Drop a comment. Have you ever felt threatened by a talented team member? Or are you on the other side? Have you outgrown your leader? Let's talk about it, because these are the conversations that make leadership real. Don't act like it's only me. And the truth is, the greatest leaders, they aren't remembered for being the smartest people in the room. Until next time.